And welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. And I am Shanrae. It is so awesome to be here with you all on week 3 of Dare to Dream. Subtopic tonight is a new career. A new career. So all month long, I've been talking about Dare to Dream, and I've been wanting to stir up the pot. A lot of people in the year going into New Year saying that they have a New Year's resolution. They have a New Year's resolution. Well, instead of saying a New Year's resolution, let's say we're going to do a New Year's reality. We're going to make our New Year's a reality. So on week 3, we're talking about a new career. The first week we talked about traveling. There's a lot of people that dream to travel, and traveling to places is not always a far distance, or dreaming to go see someplace or something like that. We talked about that and gave reasons why you should go on and jump it and make it a reality. I personally, because I can't encourage you all to do something and then I don't do it myself. So I went ahead and I booked for a cruise. I used to cruise all the time. And that's something I did all the time. It's not like where I want to go. I want to go to Dubai, but it's a step. So due to COVID stopped a lot of travel for me and for my family. So this will be the first time I'll be going on a cruise in the last 3 years. It's been 3 years since I took a cruise. So the first week we talked about Dare to Dream travel. I'm booked. I'm going to be traveling the top of the year, going on a cruise. Second week we talked about Dare to Dream, try a new skill, a new activity. And so I can't encourage people to do something and I don't do it myself. So I stepped out on faith last week and I purchased a sewing machine. Y'all know, a lot of y'all know that I already crochet and I knit and I make things that way. But I stepped out on faith and purchased a sewing machine. And because it's always been a life dream for me to learn how to sew. Being a plus size lady, it's if I can learn how to contour and make things that'll work for me, clothes that will fit my physique. I've always dreamed to do that. And so I stepped out on faith. I purchased a sewing machine and I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach myself how to sew. I also told y'all that I'm going to show you all by next week is our final week. I'm going to show you something that I taught myself to do with my sewing machine before this month is out. So y'all, I'm going to do it though. This week we're talking about Dare to Dream, a new career. If you've always desired to maybe step into something, learning a new career, a new skill as far as career path wise, this is what we're going to be talking about this week. So let's jump ahead because I only have 30 minutes and I want to go on and get started because this time is going to go by very swiftly. Now, this is an open platform. So if you all have any questions or you have any life scenarios that you would love to share with us, I will pause and bring highlight to what you're talking about. But again, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I am Shanrae. I am a degree counselor and I acquired my dual bachelor's degree from Ashford University. One in psychology. One of my degrees is in psychology. The other one is in organizational management. And my great passion is to bring healing to people who have been through a traumatic or a stressful experience. And when human beings experience trauma or severe life stressors, it is not uncommon for their lives to unravel. So I help clients who include children, adults, and families to find healthy perceptions of themselves and strengthen their relationships so they can know themselves as peaceful, complete, whole, and safe. All right. So that is my a short bio with me. I'm also a Christian counselor, but let me move to my website disclaimer. So please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that I'm using, there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, that all replies are being used as advisory and informational only and will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself, other counselors, or counseling services are subject to limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility does rest with you successfully to successfully achieve a goal. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information does change frequently, and it is recommended that you, the individual, will consult another physician, another specialist, or religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. Now, as I was saying prior to that, I am a Christian counselor, so I'm going to open this up just a little bit. Okay, let me bring it back. The scripture for the month that I chose comes from Deuteronomy 31 and 6. It says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you, nor will he forsake you. My main thing I wanted to highlight with this is it says, be strong and courageous. And so this month, when we talking about dare to dream, that's what I want y'all to think about, being strong and being courageous. A dream is not always a huge thing. It could be something small, but it's just stepping out on faith, being strong and being courageous. All right, so let's open this up. I always do definitions. Let me open this. And I've given y'all the definition of change for the entire month, but I wanted tonight just give definition on the word career and the word career that I chose. It says an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progression or to progress. Give me one moment. I am going to let me look on my Facebook page. I want to make sure that I give highlight to those that are. Oh, let me turn my volume down, guys. Let me turn this all the way down. All right, I'm gonna. All right. Hey, Leisha. Hey, Leisha. So glad to see. All right. We made it. We made it on here. Okay. So let me move this forward. So I gave you all the definition of the word change. Now let's open it up and let's get into our subtopic. Our key points for tonight. Let me open this a little so you can see it. I'm going to zoom in and zoom on out. So the key points tonight that I'm going to be talking about are number one, ooh, where are my key points? Oh my, I'm gonna have to open it because it looks like it didn't print out. Woo, okay, here we go. So the key points that I'm going to be talking about tonight is how to change industries or careers with no experience. Now, number two is 12 steps to make a career change with no experience. Number three is your takeaway. And then, of course, the quote. So let me go back to this. And I sure hope I have all my notes tonight because it looks like some things didn't print out. And I've been trying to multitask all night long. All right, let's move this forward. Ooh, okay. So it says time. Okay. And let me open this a little bit. It says how to change industries or careers with no experience. All right, how to change industry with no experience. Looks like I don't have that. Is it? Okay, well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see in a minute. Hold on. Ooh, I don't even have that, unfortunately. Wow. How to change. Okay. Well, let's start with the 12 steps to make a career change with no experience. Get out of here. All right. It says so. The Indeed editorial team comprises a diverse and talented team of writers, researchers, and subject matter experts equipped with Indeed's data and insights to deliver useful, helpful tips to help guide you in your career journey. So, how to change industry with no experience? Okay, I got it. Okay, starting a new career with no experience in the new industry is more common than you think. If you want to follow a new career path, it is essential to stay focused and motivated. All right, to stay focused and motivated while making the change. All right, to make the process easier, it's important to prepare effectively and to identify the steps that you need to follow to start your new career. Okay, so in this article, right here, it's talking about how some reasons for starting a new career with no experience and outline the steps that you can take to change your careers successfully. Now, I'm going to pause here. I deliberately chose this study here, this research study, because hey, Helen, how you doing? Because I know it's the first thing somebody's gonna say is, how on earth can you change career paths if you don't have any experience, if I don't have the education? This is why I chose this teaching here, because we are in the era where you can go on and change career paths, don't have experience, people will be willing to train you and to teach you, and you can actually educate yourself. And I'm going to talk about this. You don't have to spend a ton of money to do it, but thank God for the internet, thank God for YouTube, thank God for Google, thank God for stuff like this, and we're going to move this along. So it's not as hard as it used to be years ago with changing career paths like it was, it's okay, Helen, I'm so glad to see you. So it's not as hard as you may think. And that's why we're going to highlight this and talk about this. Let me open this and we're going to close it. 12 reasons for starting a new career path with no experience. So, all right. Here we go. It says the new career offers, number one, a new career can offer better pay and benefits. So this may occur when you have reached the highest salary range possible in your current career path. And so to earn more money or get better benefits, you may need to change career paths. Now, a lot of my friends are in careers and they've transferred over careers down through the years. They're in careers and they got it. They started years ago in a certain industry. They never got college educated in it. They just applied for the job and they got it. And so with the experience that they learned, it's the hands-on experience that they learned down through the years. It gave them the opportunity to be able to cross lateral, or to maybe cross up or cross another direction with jobs with the experience that they gained just by working. They don't have any education or formal education in it. Their education has been totally hands-on. So that is still very much possible today. A lot of reasons. Now let's go back. A lot of reasons why people change career paths is because they want a better salary. They need better benefits. They may want a better opportunity somewhere else, to learn something different, which is always awesome. Number two, it says you want to try a more challenging career. So if you feel like you are learning or growing professionally in your current career, you may want to try a different type of role with more challenging, engaging responsibilities. Let me pause right here. And again, Alicia says you have to educate yourself. Now, she's right. We're going to talk about that again. You have to educate yourself, period, whatever job you're going into, which means you're going to have to do some self-education. You're going to have to do some research on the career path that you want to go into or that you're interested in going into. So again, if you want to get more now or go into a different way, a lot of times you can Google the duties, Google the responsibilities of the job that you're trying to get into. That is educating yourself. That is so. She is absolutely right. She's right with that. Okay, so number three says your current career field does not contribute to a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so it says that you may have a better work-life balance in a new career. We have seen more frequently that a lot of people are leaving the jobs that they're on because it's not healthy for them mentally. It causes them to have insufficient mental feelings. It's just their mental health is affected by maybe if they're working in a toxic environment. And the big red flag is when you see a high turnover at a job, when they're constantly hiring people. If they're constantly hiring people, that means that people are constantly leaving. They're leaving by force or by choice, which lets you know there's something that may be not right in that current and it has to do with the current work atmosphere, the environment, the culture there. And so with that, it says your current career field is not contributing to a healthier lifestyle with you. um so number 4 says other people's careers are more appealing to you. So if your friends or family members have careers that appeal to you more than your own, it may be worth exploring their lines of work then. Some people are just curious, like, wow, I really like what they're doing over here. So maybe I should go on and maybe I should try it. We went to a restaurant today to get this Sunday, get Sunday dinner, our favorite place to eat, John's out here in Georgia. It's a soul food restaurant. Food is good. Food is good. And so I always talk to the cook, one of the cooks there. And I said to him, I said, I was here 2 weeks ago and you didn't have any cabbage, but it's okay because the okra was good. The okra was really good. The alternative was very good. And he laughed and he said, listen, he said, this is not a job to me. He said, it's not hard work at all. He said, especially when you love what you're doing. He said, it's not work for me. So with him saying that, I wanted to share that with you all, the listeners. When it's Alicia said high turnover, that's right. When you love what you're doing, and right here they're saying other people's careers seem more appealing. When you see people that love what they're doing, it's all right exploring, trying to look into it and saying, maybe, you know what, maybe I need to shift. Maybe because I would, there are some people that get up every day and they dread going to work. That should not be. That's not a healthy place to be in, period. I just hate my job. You don't want that. So it's okay to look into a different career path. Number 5 says that you want a career that will allow you to follow your passions. Okay, so your current job may not have been your first choice, but changing careers can help you find more fulfilling work and move into your preferred career path. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Your current job may not have been your first choice, but changing careers can help you find more fulfilling work and help you to move into your preferred career path. I worked years ago. I worked private duty nursing. That if anyone knows anything about being a private duty nurse, Alicia said absolutely. If anyone knows anything about being a private duty nurse, I make the joke all the time, but is very serious though. It's like you're a leftover slave. You're the patient's everything, and you get paid little to no money to be their everything. You're not just their caregiver, you're their everything. You got to do the laundry, you the cook, you're the maid, and on top of making sure that their health is straight, you got to bathe them, you have to do this, you go out and you take them to their doctor's appointments, you help them maintain their bills. You are their everything. And if you are their everything, then you need to get paid everything type of money. But unfortunately, in the private duty sector, when that's kind of a lower end in the medical field, and you don't get paid, your pay is not it doesn't compensate with the work that you do. So I understand that, but while I did that while I was in college, I acquired my degrees later in life. So I worked that job while I was a full-time student. I had 2 jobs, a full-time wife and a full-time mother. I used that avenue until I graduated college. I got my degrees and then moved in to a more desirable field. I started teaching. I love teaching. I love teaching. That's who I am. All right. So let's move this on. Okay, number 6. You want a career that would allow you to follow your passions. Your current job may not have been okay, we said that. So let's move into how can you change careers with no experience? Let me move this along right here. How can you change? Let me open this. All right. Uh-huh. I think I moved too fast with this. I probably did. I moved too fast with this. Uh-huh. All right, let me open this up. How can you change careers with absolutely no experience? So, if you are making a career change but have no experience in the new field, let's follow these 12 steps. That's what we're looking at right there. Number one, first of all, let's be positive. Let's be positive. So, before you begin your journey, you need to have a positive mindset and see that starting a new career with no experience as a challenge to overcome. Okay, so you also need to think of creative ways to help you successfully apply for a position in your new career path. Now, I am going to stop and pause here. Don't talk yourself out of this. If you want to move into a new career, whether you have the education in it or not, or the degree, don't talk yourself out of it. You're not too old. You know you're not. Don't tell yourself you're not knowledgeable enough. We can always gain knowledge. Every job that you go into, they still have to acclimate you to their atmosphere. They're gonna teach you what they're accustomed to doing there. So don't talk yourself out of it. First of all, have that positive mindset. Like I always say, I think I can. Like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. You keep saying that till you can say, I know I can. I know I can. All right. So let's look at something related of positive thinking in your workplace, benefits and tips. All right. So number two, create your story. So, in order to explain why you're on this new path to potential employees, could you create a story that illustrates your desire to make a new career change? So, when crafting this story, emphasize your passion for the career. Okay, tell them why you want to be there, and then your willingness to take risks to explore this new path. Okay, you should also find ways to make the this experience that you have sound transferable to your new career. Although this experience may not be industry specific, it provides a solid foundation to build on for your new career. Make sure to include the reasons for making this career change and how you can contribute to the organization's needs despite not having direct industry specific experience. All right, so you talk it up. Tell them what are you going to bring to the table? Why you want to be a part of this new company? Okay. The next number three says, do your research. Do your research. Do your research to understand your specific requirements. Do your own research. Let me see if anyone says. Okay, so talk to your friends or family members who have positions like similar positions to the one that you may want. Find out what their specific positions entail. Ask them how to stand out as a top performer in these roles. It may also help to learn whether there are any job requirements that the job advertisements don't mention, such as specific programs that you might need to learn to help you succeed in the new field. And then we're gonna talk about these programs in a minute. We're about to talk about those. So gain experience on a part-time basis. I know a lot of people. Alicia said you got to sell yourself. Yes, you do. Know what you're talking about. That's that research. She's right. Sell yourself. Sell yourself. And you're selling yourself in a positive way. You're letting them know. You letting them know how eager you are to be a part of their team. And then self-educate, like we were saying here. Ask people in the field. Ask them about the job requirements. Ask about Google. Do some Googling. Find out what you could, find out about the new direction that you're trying to go in as far as the career is concerned. All right. It says talk to friends and family. We already said that. So we're going to gain experience on a part-time basis. We said that. To gain experience in your new career path, look for part-time work that you can do in your spare time when you're not working or in your current full-time job. And that's if you have the time. Okay. Talk to your friends. We said that. So gaining experience on a part-time basis shows that you're serious about making this career change and that you're going to explore it fully. I'm going to move on down. Try volunteering if you can. Because I know that our time, a lot of times with us adults specifically, our time is very, very sparse. But if you can volunteer, go on and volunteer, because a lot of times volunteering does lead to getting hired. Okay. So what are the benefits of volunteering? Well, they see that you're serious about it. They see that you're eager, and you've been there. You're learning the job. You're learning the job. So they're going to look first when it comes down to hiring. They're going to give you an inside tip and say, go on and put your application in. We get ready to hire. And then, which in other words, they're going to tell you, and you're the one that we're going to hire. I said number 5 says, number 6 says to get educated. Now, if your new career requires a qualification that you don't have, make sure to start taking relevant classes. If you can, to show your commitment and interest. A suitable qualification provides you with a base to build on. Some employers may consider your application if you possess appropriate education, but no relevant experience. So even with appropriate education, that's still experience. You're experienced because you educated yourself. Okay. So again, don't talk yourself out of it. Check in with a knowledgeable contact. They keep coming right back to that. Consider talking to a knowledgeable contact who will be honest with you at all times. This type of contact can provide you with valuable feedback on whether you have realistic expectations and with guidance on further steps to take to achieve your goal. I like to get information from people who are experienced in a certain field. Like when we go to the doctors or something, if you know someone in the medical field, like a nurse, a RN nurse, a nurse practitioner, an actual doctor, I like to talk to people who are in the field because they're experts in it. They can help me out. They can tell me, lead and guide me on certain things to do. So check in with a knowledgeable contact. Number 8 says draft a skill-based resume. Draft a skill-based resume. Listen, you can get sample resumes. You can pay for your resume to be done for you. If you know someone who does great resume, ask them to do it for if they can help build it for you. Good evening, Sister Shirley. How you doing? Ask them would they help you out with your resume? Because it's always the criteria for resumes are always changing. They're just always constantly changing. And so when you think that I'm good with words and stuff and putting things together, but it seems like the criteria changes frequently with these resumes. And so if you know someone who's skilled in them, have them overlook it. Let them give you pointers. You may have to pay them a couple of dollars to go on and tweak it for you. It's okay. You want even your word, who you are on wording, you want it to stand out. Number 9 says expand your network. So when you're changing careers, it's essential to attend seminars and other events in your chosen field to build a network of contacts. Alicia said, and please make sure that all the skills that you list, that you can actually perform them. Yeah, there are a lot of people that, they kind of blow things out of proportion. Then when they're asked to do it, or when they're asked about it, then they're drawn blanks because they don't know. So even if you're going to I'm going to put it this way. If you put a skill on there, say that's required for the job, educate yourself in that skill. Go on and you can do it quickly. Go and take a brief course, a tutorial, a video tutorial on it, so you can learn, you can know about the skill. So when it comes time for the interview or whatever, you can say, well, they're gonna ask, are you beginner, intermediate, or advanced? You can say I'm intermediate, or I'm a beginner with this, but I am knowledgeable about this. So this is how you can educate yourself. Even if you want to put a skill on your resume, make sure that you learn, educate yourself on it. All right. So it says we expand to try something different. We're expanding our network. We're going to try something different. And then we're going to use your cover letter to your advantage. So let me break that down. Number 9 is expand your network. 10 is try something different. 11 is use your cover letter to your advantage. Expand your network. When you're changing careers, okay, we said it, attending seminars. Try something different. When you want to make a career change without having relevant experience, try a different approach to strengthen your application. Okay? Create a video to introduce yourself. Oh, I like that. I love videos. I love to do that because I'm comfortable doing that. So if they allow you to do a video resume, Do it. If you're not comfortable with it and if you're better with writing it down, go on and have someone who's great at the words, at writing, selling yourself that way in words. Make sure that you have someone to critique your words and the way you express yourself. And so you can try, but try a different approach. I think a video is a great way to do it. A PowerPoint, try PowerPoint. A PowerPoint is great. Okay, use your cover letter to your advantage. A cover letter allows you to share aspects of your personality, experience, and qualifications with the hiring manager that you couldn't fully discuss in your resume. All right, so use your cover letter to tell your story, and be sure to highlight the reasons why you want to make a career change, and focus on how your transferable skills can provide value in this new field. Number 12 says to be patient. Switching careers without experience is going to take time. And it is important to stay patient, focused, and motivated by keeping your end goal in mind with every step that you take. So if you devote the necessary time to gain relevant education and experience, it will be much easier to achieve your goal and to find a job that makes you happy. You may need to stay in your current job a little bit longer than you expected, but be patient and then use your time wisely while you're there, such as by trying to hone your skills, and that could help you progress in your new field. Now, great ideas. Oh, thank you, Leisha. She said great ideas. Now, being patient, that's something that I had to do because my education didn't go the traditional route. Like, how most people graduate high school, then they go to college for the 4 years. They graduate college by the time they're 21, 22. Then they move into their careers. And that didn't happen like that for me. I graduated high school, went to college. And at the time, that's when the father Bush was in. The father was in. He changed things years ago. This is back in the 1980s. He changed things. And so at the time, he discontinued grants with the financial aid and moved into loans. I didn't qualify. There's no way me and my family could qualify for loans. So I had to leave college. I had to leave college and start working, start my life. So later on in the years, later on, I went back to college. But before I went to college, it was steps that I had to take. So I went, once my children were old enough, they were in like 5th grade, like they're old enough for me to go back to school. Because I did a lot of working from home. I did a lot of work. I used to do hair. I did a lot of things to bring money in my home when they were babies. So when they were old enough, like 5th grade, 6th grade, I went back. I had to take steps. Started back and I used to have a CNA license in high school. So that expired. I went back to school, and that was a 2-month course. Went back and got my CNA. That's a non-traditional way, but I got my CNA. It took me 2 months, paid for it, got my CNA, got hired as a private duty nurse. Then when I thought that I was going to stop school, the school directors came to me and they said, Miss Owens, you need to continue. So don't just stop here. You need to sign up for our 9-month patient care tech course, which at the time I would go into hospitals doing patient care tech. So I would do a phlebotomy, EKGs, all of that. I went to school and I continue. And of course, at the time, the tuition, I didn't get no grants. I had to work out the tuition. They worked with me. So for 9-10 months, I paid monthly on my tuition, paid my way through school, graduated with my patient care tech license, non-traditional. Okay, so that 2 months moved into another 9-10 months, graduated there. And then when I thought that was it, oh, okay, I'll just go on. It was hard at the time. A recession hit. They weren't hiring any patient care techs. And I was like, fine. So I was still doing my private duty nursing. Then my phone kept ringing. College recruiters kept calling me, and I was like, I don't have the time. I'm a full-time mom. I'm working 2 jobs at the time, but I'm a full-time wife. I can't do it. Ashford University, they were so persistent. It was all of them, but Ashford really was persistent. And they said, listen, we're so confident that this will work for you and your schedule. Your first semester will be on us. Your first semester will be on us, and the books and everything included for free. So that first semester, the way they did it, it was 8-week courses, 8 to 12 week courses. That's how they reeled me in. I signed up and I said, we're going to see. It scared me because I wasn't computer savvy, and my schooling, I got my dual degrees online, fully online. So I had to get a laptop, I had to get a computer. Thank God, hallelujah. Thank God for QVC and HSM. I got a computer. The 5 easy pays. I got a computer. And my first little course, my first couple of weeks was they was teaching me how to go maneuver and go through to learn my computer, how I can learn the computer and how I can learn how to do online courses. That was the first few weeks with that, which helped me. And they tested me on all of that. So I learned how to navigate on a computer. I was so scared because I didn't grow up using computers. We did typewriters and shorthand growing up. But so that was nerve-wracking because I had to learn how to navigate through a computer in order to do online schooling, but I made it. And I was still doing my first course along with that class. Them 8-12 weeks passed by. I passed everything with straight A's. They said, okay, your next course is, and I was like, I don't know. They said, this is how simple it is. You're going to do it on your own time, but I have to take my test when I'm supposed to take my test, which that worked out. She said, thank God for, yes, amen, Alicia, thank God for completion. So they went ahead. They said, we're going to, all you have to do is sign everything. Miss Owens, look at the last thing. They said the loans, I got certain loans because I was a woman. I was an adult. Blah, blah, blah. So they broke down the whole 4 years of tuition. And they was like, and so you'll have to apply probably every 2 years or something for extra aid if you need it. If you need it, books and everything included. Within the tuition, they said everything may not come. You may have to pay for 1 or 2 books, which I did. I want to pay for 1, 2, 3, a couple of more books, but everything was in tuition. I went from trying a college course out for 8 to 12 weeks to being a full-time online college student for 4 years. 4 years. I didn't do everything the traditional way, but I tell you, God made a way. He knew my heart. He made a way. And I was blessed to be able to complete not 1 degree, but 2 in 4 years, full online student. Guys, where there's a will, there's a way. Don't talk yourself out of it. You might be scared, but I can do all things. Be courageous. Like, what does the scripture say? Deuteronomy, that's the scripture for the month. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and be courageous. I always say another, and I can do all things. If you want to change careers, don't talk yourself out of it. There's too much online learning that you can learn yourself. Just step out on faith and do it. There's money out here to be made. Everything is not about money. But if you find if sometimes you may not even understand why you want to change careers, and you may find out later on you're different because we have so many gifts and talents in us. We don't know everything that we can do until we try it. So if you want to step out on faith, you don't have to just jump fully. If you want to do it part-time, if you want to do it on a quarterly type of basis, if you want to do something contractually, it's okay. I know I met somebody. When I was teaching, one of the teachers that I worked with, she went and she acquired this is what she did. She acquired a bartender's license certificate, and that was her side job. She told me she made more money being a contractual bartender, made more money than she was doing as a teacher. But she did it. She only did it for a few hours. She was able. That was her spending money. That was her traveling money. But she did, and she was a single woman, and she did it and enjoyed it. There are things that that's not so. She was college educated, but that was something that she acquired. She said she acquired that offline, and goes and does it. And like this, and it became lucrative and enjoyable. She says she meets so many different people from different walks in life. They just sit down and talk with her. She enjoys it, you know. Now that's something that she did learn to do. There are other people that learn how to pick up other things. You know, you go and maybe be a hostess, or just, you know, this different things that you can do. But don't talk yourself out of it. Dare to dream. We're not walking into a New Year's resolution. We're walking into New Year's reality. Dare to dream. First week we talked about travel. Second week we talked about learning a new skill. Y'all know I'm gonna show y'all next week something that I've sewn on my sewing machine. This week, dare to dream in career. If you're daring to dream in a career, do it. Do it. Everything don't have to be long term. Oh, I got to go to school for 4 years. No, you don't. Sometimes you can just self-educate yourself in a matter of weeks. I met a woman years ago. She wasn't college educated. She was a single mom, but she needed a better job. And back then, she went to the library, got books that taught her about bookkeeping, typing, computers. She taught herself, was able to get an administrative assistant job. This was years ago, and started bringing in $50,000, $60,000 or more. This was almost 20 years ago. She said it just doubled and tripled her salary, where she can take care of her family. And she didn't get any formal education or anything. She went to the library and educated herself. That was years ago. Now all you got to do is turn on your computer, punch in what you're looking for, and stuff will start happening. Don't talk yourself out of it. Dare to dream, guys. Step out on it. Guess what? You're never too old to recreate yourself. If you have a desire to do something, just try it. If you tried it, don't work for you, then you tried it, right? Okay. All right. So listen, tomorrow night is part 2 of this, and I'm going to move on the education part, how you can educate yourself in this. Let me open this up a little bit. And let's talk about our takeaway. Okay. I'm going to magnify it. So the takeaway, oops, and let me see something, because I don't have it on here for some reason. All right. Yes, I do. It says that you may need to stay in your current job longer than you expect, but be patient and use your time wisely while you're there, such as by trying to hone skills that could help you progress in your new field. Okay, so that was the takeaway that I chose to repeat. All right, let's open up the quote for tonight. All right, the quote is, find out what you like doing best and then get someone to pay you for doing it. And that's by Catherine Witherhorn. Find out what you like doing best and then get somebody to pay you pay you for doing it. Catherine, that's wise. That's a wise statement right there. Find out what you like doing best and then get somebody to pay you for doing it. All right. Okay, so let's move this along. This is my and I'm gonna open this up for my fellow theorists. If you want to know where I got my teachings from this evening, this is my website reference page. Okay. All right. So if there is a past Counsel of the Day with Shanrae series that you have missed or just want to rewatch, you can go to my YouTube channel at Shanrae Price. Please subscribe, like, and select any past series to watch. Also, I am a professional one-on-one counselor, and I offer one-on-one counseling services. So if you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services, feel free to contact me via Facebook Messenger at Shanrae Owens, or via my email address at Shanrae Price, and I will get back to you. I am a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in your life's goals and your life's dreams. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all 9 p.m. tomorrow night for part 2 of Dare to Dream Your Career and Education. All right. See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Sharp. Good night, everybody. Good night, guys.